Chrono. Chrono! Chrono! What seems to be the problem? Officer? Wait, what? It's time to rise and shine. We have a little surprise for you. Natural light, you're worse than my mom. Your stay of execution has been cancelled. We must now carry out your sentence. That doesn't sound good at all. Could have sworn I just saved the day, saved the future. Hi, Your Highness. We've been looking for you, Chrono. Where did you take my daughter? What? I thought we were already over this. Daddy, don't! Chrono hasn't done a thing. She says Chrono has been a perfect gentleman, but... What do you think, Chancellor? Chrono's deeds have had an enormous impact on the kingdom. Chancellor, how could you? After all we did for you. Please, just listen to me. We had to... Save the future, right? Good guess. Huh? Exactly. What's going on? Wait, what? What is going on here? You saved the future and gave us hope. What are you doing here, Doan? If we saved the future, why are you here? You fought Magus' troops and brought peace to the kingdom in the year 600. Not even Kino, what? This has gotta be like a culture shock for all of you guys. Chrono beat Reptites! Uh-huh. What's going on here? Exactly. What's going on here? Oh, I see what's going on here. Luca's going on here. Luca, you brought them here, didn't you? Isn't that, like, really irresponsible of you? Like, just how much of history are we screwing up doing this? Our kinsman told me all about your incredible mission. Kinsmen? You mean these are my ancestors and descendants? Here I was fussing about my kingdom and my daughter, and you were saving past, present, and future. But not the Oxford comma. It's like, okay. Alright, rise, Chrono. Now, for a true victory parade, tonight we celebrate you! Now, Marley, go out and enjoy the last night of the fair. Okay, yay! Well, let's forget about all the consequences of really abusing time travel. I think that was a bit overkill, guys, in all honesty. I love the game, but that might have been pushing the envelope just a tiny bit. Come along with Chrono, our hero. Princess Nadia is finally home. At last, Guardia is back to normal. As normal as it gets around here. It's a moonlight parade. So we're having a celebration, the final night of the Millennial Fair. And this part here is scripted. We can't really control anything. We're basically making the rounds. So the princess and the hero, her new boyfriend, or I guess it's been a boyfriend for the entire course of the game, more or less. Well, there's Mom. There's Luca's parents there, Laura and Tabin. Yeah, that's a little different, depending on whether or not you saved Laura when you went back in time as Luca to prevent that accident that crippled her. She'd be sitting next to him otherwise and just being like, yeah, that's nice, dear. And we'll get to that in a moment. And there's the kitty. The kitty's in the parade, too. And there's old man Melchior. He's here. He seems to really like that spot. Alright, we're just about done with the rounds. And the game's nice enough to let us skip ahead just a little bit. Oh yeah, if you step in certain spots, dancers just kind of pop out of nowhere. And they kind of jump around. Honey, don't just be a sack of potatoes, dance with me. Chrono, the king says you saved the future. Wait till I tell my friends. Oh boy, we the center of gossip. Yum, lemonade sure tastes great outdoors. Mike's hard lemonade? Chrono, have a sip. You're the hero today. Don't mind if I do. I'll get my own, actually. Melchior. Not much business in weapons anymore, but I like it that way. And that's pretty much all he has to say. There's nobody over that way to talk to. There goes our kitty. Hi, Mom. How's it going? You saved us all? That's nice, dear, but I wish you spent more time around the house. Okay. It's a real problem when the person who's in charge of the cat is gone. The cat, right. The cat. You can talk to these people here. This is fantastic. The princess is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, of course you are too. Be careful what you say, buddy. But that's pretty much everybody that you can talk to around here, so let's continue up this way. Getting a little bit of a slowdown there. And there's really nothing else going on around here, just dancers, nobody to talk to. You can't go into the side areas where Gato and whatnot are. But here's the gang at the original gate. Well, everyone, this is it. Each to thine time. That gate has grown weak. Seems like the worst time to bring all these other people from the past and the future here. We've got to say our goodbyes before the gate closes. Oh, you're all leaving. Oh, here comes Kino. Chrono was strong. Marley too. Ayla, have fun. You're my distant ancestor, so you'd better have tough kids or I'll be in trouble. No worry, Ayla very strong. Wink, wink. Right! Wait. What do you mean by that? Kino dummy, we go now. Yep, and she pretty much just shoves him right into the gate. Alright, well goodbye, Ayla. It was nice knowing you. 'Tis a feisty crowd, but they are thine kin, and 'tis of consequence. Queen Lian awaits. Your Majesty, we too shall take our leave. And there goes the king. Not really much to say there. Mr. Frog? Long farewells ne'er were necessary. Right! Besides, actions speak louder than words. Oh boy. Well played, Frog, well played. Yeah, don't these things end with the princess kissing the frog? Well said, Luca. Goodbye, Frog, it was nice knowing you too. Nope, hey, Magus. So, you're going to search for Shala? I'll take your silence as a yes? A soft yes, maybe? Luca, I will miss you. What's wrong, Luca? Aren't you going to say goodbye to Robo? She knows. Knows what? Robo was born in a bleak future. When we defeated Lavos, we changed history. Robo may not exist in the future. Also, you guys forget, Doan's in the room too. And he's still dressed in rags like he was when we first saw him. Haha, please relax. The new future has a place for me. Darn it, Robo, don't pretend you don't care when you're really sad. It just makes things worse. Luca, you have taught me these emotions. Thank you. Tears don't become you, Luca. Robo will be there in the new future. And I'm sure Doan will too. Maybe not that Doan, but Doan in some regard. Goodbye. Caution, oil has washed over my sight sensors. Sight diminished. Aw, poor Robo, he's crying. He's sad too. He really has learned how to feel like people. Goodbye, Robo. It was great knowing you. He looks at that one more time, like I'm not walking into you again. The gate hasn't quite disappeared yet, but... Do you remember that talk we had? You mean about whether our lives flash by before we die? Yeah, I get the feeling that the entity is finally at rest. Yes, I feel that way too. Time travel, how exhausting! We should dismantle the epoch. Its job is finished. Are you sure? I mean, it could be handy. Whoa, holy crap, look at all the kitties! It's a lot of kitties. Mom, what are you doing here? You naughty thing, come back here. Look, Chrono, your cat's running away because you haven't been feeding it. Well, look at all of them. I mean, it's not my fault. You know how much silver points it costs to get cat food around here? Hey, come back here. Oh, no. What are you doing? Mom, no. Oh, great. Chrono, that gate will never open again. Chrono, that is not the appropriate reaction to that. Well, it looks like we have no choice but to go after them. Go after them, but the gates... Luca, don't turn your brain off yet. I forgot, we have a time machine. Yeah, this part of the ending is different, by the way, if you choose to use the epoch to go to the Day of Lavos instead, because the epoch gets destroyed. So, the cats and Chrono's mom don't disappear into the time vortex that way. Oh, hey, there's a soldier. Oh, princess, the king asks for your presence. Okay, I guess we'll do that, and Chrono was just still frozen in his fist pump stage. I guess he's just fantasizing about how he gets to sleep in now. Nobody's gonna open my blinds anytime soon. Hello, your majesty. I'm so happy. Now there's no reason for you to go away anymore. I don't know if it works quite like that, your highness. I have a gift for you to commemorate this day, Princess Nadia. Okay, what do you have there? Balloons, yay! Oh, there's something suspending it. And those are... makes me think of that movie Up. This is Nadia's bell. It will ring out across the land. So they replaced Leon's bell and made a new one for Princess Nadia. And for some reason the king is putting it up himself. Shouldn't you have some help there? Marley, where did you go? Could someone please lend me a hand? Daddy, I hate to say this, but I can't sit around doing nothing. So, toodles. And away we go. Nadia? Nadia? Chrono? Whew, made it just in time. Shall I fire one off? No, Tabin, actually I could really use your help. And he hits the sunstone with a hammer to create fireworks. And that, everybody, was Chrono Trigger. Now that you guys have seen me play through this game, I'm sure, as I said in the first episode, this game is my favorite RPG, and after watching me play through it, I hope you understand why I feel that way. It does so many things right. I mean, for the time, it's over 20 years old, and it still holds up amazingly well. The gameplay is solid. It doesn't do too much that's groundbreaking, but its execution and everything it does is polished and precise. It's it's just done so well. The music is amazing. It's one of my favorite video game soundtracks of all time, I guess you could say. The characters, the story, it's interesting. The way they implement time travel, even though they kind of pick and choose what rules of time travel that they use, depending on what's convenient at the time. At the start of the game, Marley, they do a Back to the Future type thing where Marley disappears because she prevents her ancestor from being rescued. But, other times where that might come into play, that doesn't actually happen. But then, we got multiverse fury, I guess, in some regards, because we had Doan showing up to tell us about the stuff we did in the future. And here we get to see our party members back in their own times. Yeah, this part would not, the ending is very different if you destroy the epoch in your fight against Lavos. Because if you use the epoch to get to the Day of Lavos, you actually smash through Lavos' shell with it and it breaks, and you skip the entire outer shell component of the battle. So the ending is instead Chrono and Marley suspended by those balloons that the Nadia's bell was hanging from, and they're traveling through the sky looking over the world in Mode 7. But anyway, the game does so many things, it does so much well. Dual text and triple text were a new thing. I don't think that was very common in RPGs at the time. I wish more of the triple text were actually useful, because you could do more damage with single or dual text than with most triple text, especially considering other characters could then do other actions too. But, it's nitpicking when I start criticizing the game, and there's points in the, I'm trying to think of the good example there. Another thing, kind of going on a different tangent. Now that since we saw all our cats go into the time warp there, I started thinking that, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to think this. I think those cats, Chrono's cat is the cat that you see in like 600 AD at the Giant's Claw, or when you defeat Great Ozzy at the Ozzy's Fort, or even like the cat in the sewers in the future that triggers a battle with some of those fishmen in that one room. So there's Ted Woolsey. Thanks a lot for doing the translation, Mr. Woolsey. And anyway, that was just like a nice touch. Like, I feel like they intended that. I don't think it's been confirmed or denied by anybody. There's some aspects of the game, I wish they went into more depth on. I wish it was clear what happened to Shala. Because after the Ocean Palace incident, you don't hear from her ever again for the rest of the game. And, Queen Zeal revives the Ocean Palace as the Black Omen because of what our involvement in history did. But Shala's kind of just disappears, and that ends up being a focus point in the sequel. And I was about to say unfortunately, but it's like, anybody that knows me well enough knows what I think about the sequel to Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. Do not expect me to Let's Play that game anytime soon. Yeah, I don't have many fond thoughts of that. But we're talking about Chrono Trigger here. The game has ended. So thank you guys very much for watching. I want to thank all the people involved in the development of this game. Sakaguchi, Uematsu, Yasunori Misuda, Akira Toriyama for all the awesome character designs. So many people, everybody that's watched the LP, the people that posted stuff on like GameFAQs and the Chrono Wikia that I used to do some research every now and then when I felt it was necessary. All the people that just made this game possible, that made this Let's Play possible. All you guys watching, all the new subscribers that jumped on board my channel because they were watching the series. Thank you guys so very much. Overclocked Remix for providing some of the music that I used in a couple of the episodes. I didn't do it as much as I did in Final Fantasy VI, but I felt like there weren't as many opportunities to really make the most of that. And that's pretty much it. I'm not quite sure what my next Let's Play is going to be yet. People have given me some suggestions, couple requests from friends and viewers have made some comments. I haven't really decided on anything. I don't know if I'm going to act on any of those or not, but it's something to think about. But in all honesty, Chrono Trigger is not actually quite done yet, because after you defeat Lavos the first time, it unlocks a new feature called New Game Plus, and allows you to replay the entire game with your updated characters, with your stats and equipment, anything that's not story relevant, into your inventory. And it allows you to do Battle of Lavos at just about any point in the game. So next time on Let's Play Chrono Trigger, I'm going to show off one of the hardest endings to acquire in this game, as I demonstrate New Game Plus. So this has been Phoenix Down. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.